Okay, guys, what is up? It is Christian here, back with another live stream. Today, I'm going to be announcing the nominations for the 2024 Night Awards. So, yeah, this is my award show where I celebrate the very best in movies of the year. But before we get into this, please like and subscribe. Tell me what you think of this stream. So, yeah, before we get into this, I want to know what you guys are all rooting for to get nominated. It could be an actor, director, writer, anyone in any movie you like. What do you guys want to see represented? Because I'm gonna have because these are just my opinion for what I thought was the best for film for 2023. Um, so yeah, I want to wait for a few more people to get in, and then we can get started. All right. We gotta see if that comes true. We gotta see if that comes true. Um, but yeah, but yeah, but yeah. This has been I've been preparing all I've been preparing a long time for these nominations. So yeah. Also, I made a community post about like clarifying some things. If you guys want to check that out, I'll send a link to the community post in the chat. And I've also made a few changes to the awards order. So you're just gonna see that play out here, though. You're not. It's not gonna necessarily be something I went over there because I in the post. But yeah. All right. Uh, So you can just copy and paste that link if you want to see some clarifications. Some of the stuff includes I have Lily Gladstone, and so she's if she gets nominated, it will be in supporting. If Barbie gets nominated for screenplay, it's going to be an adapted. Best young performer is a category dedicated to actors aged 20 or under, and those actors are still allowed to get nominated in the main four acting categories. They're not limited because they're in that category. Um, name changes. Best visual effects is now called best special or visual effects to represent both practical effects as well as CGI. And breakthrough director is now called first time director, just to make it more obvious that it's directors for their first movies. Um, Hello, Glenn Powell. Honor for you. You'll be watching. That's what I would say. That's what I would say. And then one more thing, some categories haven't switched around, but you're gonna see all that. Also in the genre categories for action, comic book movies, sci-fi horror movies, and comedy musical movies, films that may be part of multiple of these genres. Say it's like an action, sci-fi. They're not just subjugated to get nominated in one of those categories. They can get nominated for both. So yeah, there's that. So I think we're pretty safe to get started. We're gonna get started right now. So let me share my screen. No clue. It's gonna no clue. I don't even have predictions for next year yet. But yeah, it's time. I think with all that said, let's get into it. So yeah. So here's the announcement, and we have 28 categories to go over. So quite a bit to go over. But hey, let's get into it. Our first category is Best Supporting Actor. The nominees are Robert De Niro for Killers of the Flower Moon, Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer, Milo Machado Graner for Anatomy of a Fall, Charles Melton for May December, Mark Ruffalo for Poor Things, and Dominic Sessa for The Holdovers. Next, here are the nominees for Best Supporting Actress. Danielle Brooks for The Color Purple, Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon, Lily James for The Iron Claw, Rachel McAdams for Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, Julianne Moore for May December, and Divine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers. Our next category is Best Animated Feature. The nominees are The Boy and the Heron, Nimona, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Suzume, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. Our next category is for Best Documentary Feature. The nominees are 20 Days in Mariupol, American Symphony, Beyond Utopia, Bobby Wine, the People's President, and Still, a Michael J. Fox movie. All right, now here are the nominees for Best Makeup and Hairstyling. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Maestro, Poor Things, Priscilla, and Society of the Snow. All right, now for Best Costume Design, the nominees are Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Napoleon, Poor Things, and Priscilla. All right, now for the two categories that honor writers, here are the nominees for Best Adapted Screenplay. All of Us Strangers, Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. And now here are the nominees for Best Original Screenplay. Anatomy of a Fall, The Holdovers, The Iron Claw, May December, and Past Lives. Right, next category is for Best Production Design. The nominees are Asteroid City, Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Poor Things, and The Zone of Interest. Next, for the nominees for Best Voice or Motion Capture Performance, the nominees are Bradley Cooper for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Shameik Moore for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Chloe Grace Moretz for Nimona, Haley Steinfeld for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and Masaki Suda for The Boy and the Heron. Our next category is for Best Action or Comic Book Movie. The nominees are Godzilla -1, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, John Wick Chapter 4, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Our next category is for Best International Feature. The nominees are 20 Days in Mariupol, Anatomy of a Fall, Godzilla -1, Society of the Snow, and The Zone of Interest. Our next category is for Best Sound. The nominees are The Iron Claw, John Wick Chapter 4, Oppenheimer, Society of the Snow, and The Zone of Interest. Now for Best Film Editing. The nominees are Anatomy of a Fall, The Iron Claw, John Wick Chapter 4, Oppenheimer, and Still, a Michael J. Fox movie. Next, for Best Young Performer, the nominees are Joe Bird for Talk to Me, Abby Ryder-Fortson for Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, Milo Machado Grainer for Anatomy of a Fall, Kala Lane for Wonka, and Madeline Yuna-Voiles for The Creator. Right. Now for Best Sci-Fi or Horror Movie, the nominees are Godzilla -1, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Saw X, Scream 6, and Talk to Me. Now for best stunts or choreography, the nominees are Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 3, The Iron Claw, John Wick Chapter 4, Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning, and Scream 6. All right, next category, best cinematography. The nominees are John Wick Chapter 4, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, Saltburn, and The Zone of Interest. Our very next category is for best special or visual effects. The nominees are The Creator, Godzilla -1, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Society of the Snow, and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Next category is for best comedy or musical movie. The nominees are Air, Barbie, The Holdovers, Poor Things, and Wonka. Our next category is for best first-time director. The nominees are Chloe Demont for Fair Play, Cord Jefferson for American Fiction, Michael B. Jordan for Creed 3, Danny Philippou and Michael Philippou for Talk to Me, and Celine Song for Past Lives. Our next category is for best ensemble. The nominees are Anatomy of a Fall, The Holdovers, The Iron Claw, Oppenheimer, and Poor Things. Our next category is for best original score. The nominees are The Boy and the Heron, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, and The Zone of Interest. Our next category is for best original song. The nominees are Am I Dreaming from Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Calling from Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Hummingbird from Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, I'm Just Ken from Barbie, and What Was I Made For from Barbie. All right, final 4 categories. All right, are you guys ready for the final 4? Let's do it. Our next category is for best actor. The nominees are Bradley Cooper for Maestro, Zac Efron for The Iron Claw, Paul Giamatti for The Holdovers, Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer, Andrew Scott for All of Us Strangers, and Teo Yu for Past Lives. Our next category is for Best Actress. The nominees are Fantasia Barrino for The Color Purple, Sandra Hüller for Anatomy of a Fall, Greta Lee for Past Lives, Carey Mulligan for Maestro, Natalie Portman for May December, and Emma Stone for Poor Things. Just 2 more categories remain. Now here are the nominees for Best Director. Sean Durkin for The Iron Claw, Jonathan Glazer for The Zone of Interest, Yorgos Lanthimos for Poor Things, Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer, Celine Song for Past Lives, and Justine Triet for Anatomy of a Fall. All right, final category. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for the last category? Best Picture. The nominees are Anatomy of a Fall, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, The Holdovers, The Iron Claw, John Wick Chapter 4, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Past Lives, Poor Things, and last but certainly not least, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. All right, so what did you guys think of this year's nominations? Those are the nominees for this year's Night Awards. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to watch me go over them. So yeah, what did you guys think of the nominations? You can tell me in the chat or in the comments down below. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.